Well, good afternoon. I guess it's afternoon by now.
Yep.
Thank you. Jonna Volz, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, how are things going with you?
They've been good, busy. Driving around, traveling around, doing projects here and there. So,
Are you still based in Springfield, or?
I just recently relocated to Orlando
Okay.
as my new home base because I wanted to be in a bigger market near an airport that could go everywhere very easily. And then I just flew back to Missouri. So, for example, case in point.
Wow.
So I can come back to Missouri for whatever project needs me.
Well, this is a pretty big one.
Yeah, this is great.
So you're a judge too.
Yep, I'm
This time.
judging the talent as a casting director, and then taking the actors that we've selected, and we're doing coaching.
Right. It's okay. Okay. I gotta retract. Anyway, so besides doing the judging here, you're the casting director, or you're the producer of Green Glass
Casting. Green Glass Casting is the title of the casting business that I operate under whenever I'm hired to find talent for other projects. Like a lot of commercials in Springfield, feature films, short films, music videos, new, up and coming projects that people are looking to see, but yeah, on camera stuff usually.
Okay. What has been probably your most and least person that you've talked to, been involved with, and had fun with, not had fun with? Has there been any?
Wait, that two questions at the same time? So what's the question?
Actually, let me rephrase that. What is the least amount of, what is the least fun you've had on a project, and what's the best fun that you've had on a project?
Well, I wouldn't say the least fun, because when you love doing production, that means you're mildly insane and you love suffering. So we all suffer and we're like, yay, this is fun. Whenever I have to do a feature film, actually I had the privilege of casting the talent for Ducon Williams for Vincent's Vow a couple of years ago, and he had 40 speaking roles. And we had live auditions. We had people traveling from all over that came and auditioned in person and some of them submitted self-tapes. And it was an incredible challenge, because we had, probably 200 people come out.
Wow.
And just trying to decide who were the right people for that. Organizing the scripts, having the sides ready for the actors, giving them notes on the day. By the end of that day, it's like a 12-hour day. I was just like brain fried. My brain had worked so hard, and then it was really neat is he invited me to be the on-set acting coach. So we got to actually work some of the scenes with the talent that I'd helped him cast, and do exercises, and then kind of give some of my advice as an acting coach on what would make it better. Because Ducon, who wrote it and directed it, was also the star of it. So he was like, hey Jonna, will you be like an outside perspective here? Because I'm like in the moment acting. So that was very consuming, really, really late nights, hard work, but we love this kind of work. So, you gotta love the suffering.
Right, and I heard Ducon did tell me himself, he said there was a lot of late nights.
Oh yeah, I think one that stands out is we were filming at Gailey's Cafe in downtown Springfield, Missouri, and we were filming, I think, until 4 in the morning. I think the fire alarm from all the haze from the haze machines went up to the top and triggered the fire alarm, so then the fire truck showed up, and we had to stop filming for an hour. And it was 4 in the morning before everybody left. And there were 50 people on set. It was a lot.
Yeah, well, 50 to some people it may seem like to you folks that, oh, that's not a lot, but it is.
Yeah, it's a lot of people to juggle, depending. I was there as the acting coach to work with the actors and kind of sit back and watch and just help where I could. Sit down and be background if I needed to, whatever it takes.
Wow, so actually you've had an acting bug most of your life?
Yeah, I started acting professionally really when I was 11 or 12, but then I got an agent when I was 14 and started doing on-camera work. Well, I did musicals and videos, and then I auditioned for some television. I booked In the Heat of the Night with Carol O'Connor, was a co-star in that for an episode. And then
That must have been fun.
It was fun. And my character got kidnapped by big old Claude Akins when he was still alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
I got
must have-
chloroformed, handcuffed, jerked around, and emotional scenes. My daddy got shot. It was good for a kid, like a lot of drama.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how you learn really how to do, that's one of your best acting roles, right?
No, that one was not my best acting role. I saw that when I was like, oh Lord, why did somebody not give me more direction? I could have done so much better.
Don't they show reruns in syndication?
Yeah, it's on Prime, In the Heat of the Night, season 5, episode 10, maybe? It's called An Eye for an Eye. You can see baby Jonna doing mediocre acting, but getting paid for it, and that's fine.
Well, I'll have to remember to watch for it.
Yep, but I feel like I've gotten better. So, went to college, I learned more.
Yeah, you've come a long way.
And now I think I've done a lot of independent films, a lot of student films, short films, pilots, and then started my acting studio and then working with actors and helping them get book roles. So it's been a fantastic journey, and it's only just begun.
Yes, as high school, how far down do you actually go? Do you go all ages, or do you specifically
my youngest
focus
student
in?
right now is 6.
Okay,
And my
so-
oldest student is, recently, my oldest student is 70.
Okay, so you do hit all ages.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they have star potential and they have some acting talent and they have a work ethic and they're willing to do what they need to do,
Be coachable.
if they're coachable, they can take direction and they want it. They really, really want it. And they can, if they don't book it, that they're not going to run away crying. They're going to say, all right, let's do the next one.
Yeah, dust off your feet and move on.
Yep.
You have to have patience, which I'm sure you have a lot of.
Sometimes.
Depends on the project.
Depends on how much coffee I've had.
Oh, well, that too.
And how tired I am.
Yeah, because all those have a good play in it.
Yep, it does.
If you're tired and you just,
Yep. Take your vitamins, get some sleep.
it's all that.
Yep. Eat well. Have good friends that don't hate you when you're grumpy.
See, that's most important. The actors and actresses, that. So, what else is on the horizon for you?
Well, I have a few things that are kind of in the pipeline, as they say. I've got Deborah Watson is raising funding for her feature film, so I've been invited to work on that with her on the production side, and which would mean if that goes through, then get to work with Kevin Sorbo, which will be awesome. I'm working with Scott Brannon on a script for a series about Greg X. Volz in the early years. So that is in development, and we're feeling really, really good about it. So I'm in the interview process of all of the folks from the 70s and the 80s, and it's been really fascinating learning about the beginning, the early days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Things that you never heard about.
I didn't know about it. I was born. I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah,
you were too young to remember all that. And you're like, really, Dad?
getting to know my father, yeah. And then I have some workshops that I'm going to do, acting reel workshops. I call them easy reels, where I'll produce a all-day shoot, and then I'll have original content and scenes for actors to learn about on-camera acting technique while being filmed. So that's coming up in Orlando and in the Missouri area.
I was just going to say, is there anything here in Missouri? Springfield?
Honestly, I'm going to be touring with Classic Petra for the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So I'm waiting for that to settle down, and
Great
then
show.
I will be figuring out which date I can do the workshops.
Okay.
And
great.
I'm going to be at the Orlando International Christian Film and Music Festival. So we'll be meeting people and pitching some ideas.
Oh boy, you've got your plate full then.
Yeah, I'm going to travel. It's going to be great. I love it.
I know, you look like you.
I'm ready. I'm like, come on, let's go.
Let's bring it
My
on.
lease is up. My bags are packed. Let's get on the road.
That's right. Get on the bus or get on a plane.
Yeah.
So, what's the website best for you?
Ironically, I don't have a Green Glass Casting website, but it's on Facebook. So Green Glass Casting on Facebook, and then Jonna K. Volz online is JONNA KAE VOLZ, and then my acting studio is Acting for Real. FORREAL.net. And that has a lot of information about workshops I have coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Jonna, very nice and have
Thank you.
on.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm part of the movie not too far from here, so.
Perfect. So then I'll probably see you on that set.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Much
So,
I was much more laid back.
we are live.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys just saw that. That was Jonna Volz. She is amazing. She is busy. Man, she's busy.
Yeah. Did you hear everything that she's involved with?
Yeah. Every time. Well, I was also talking to people off camera about an upcoming guest, somebody that we're going to interview, and a lovely young woman named Anita.
Okay.
I really should have got her last name, but she'll be coming through here around.
So her name
3:30
is Anita for now.
It's Anita for now. It is. And
that's a long last name.
but anyway.
Anyway.
Thanks again to Jonna Volz taking time out of her busy schedule today
and it is
to talk
busy.
to us. It is very busy. So the fact that she took time to sit and talk to us again, it's great. It gets better each time.
You gotta catch her when she's got just even a few minutes.
Well, we also have an inside track. The woman who is in charge of this whole thing basically said, hey, there's Bob right there.
Hey,
off
Bob.
in here a little bit?
It is.
Yeah, you know what? Perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah. And I don't think that's too loud. I think this microphone is good enough to pick us up.
Actually,
That's
that's
okay.
what Deborah said last night.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
She said, well, you can either have a lot of people talking or have the fan on. And she said, I'm sure Matt will prefer the fan.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But that's
I'm going to be
helping
listening
a
to
lot.
it right
Little
this
roadies
second.
are great mics.
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
cooling everything down. And
Good, good. I'm going to set the ones in the house now, too.
all right.
Bob Nichols.
Yes, he's the main man of this whole thing.
Yep, he owns
He's
this
the main
place,
man of the building.
So I am actually doing listening to the sound.
Getting him here pretty soon too.
Okay, so that fan is a bit too loud.
Oh, it is too loud. Well, that's what she said. That's what Deborah said.
It's good. Yeah, it's pretty loud.
So we may have to wait for that to stop. And she said it may be continual, or it may stop at intervals. She said you might have to interview in intervals when that goes off.
Yeah, that's the first time it's been on today. So
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and call it a moment and go ahead and get off of here for now until you see us here in a little bit whenever we are interviewing other people.
And we're going to be interviewing quite a few still.
Yep. So God bless you. God keep you.